Hey, what's up guys, welcome back. In this video we'll talk about middlewares in Grandjs. So what actually middlewares in Grandjs? Basically, middlewares is not a concept in Grandjs only, but it's a concept in programming. And also it's a common concept in Node.js development. Actually, middlewares are some functions that you use to apply them on a specific function or on a specific stack before calling the last middleware or the last handler to inject and apply some behaviors without affecting the same or the base code. So middlewares actually are some way of applying aspect-oriented programming in JavaScript and Node.js. And let's take a look on middleware in Express.js when you use Express.js. So you have, for example, this function, and actually this function takes some params which are request, response, and next. And actually this method or this function applies some behaviors and it changes something and also can change anything inside the stack before calling the last handler. So this method or this function actually is called when the root is defined here before the last handler. So basically in Express.js you can express that middlewares in Express.js all root handlers are middlewares, and these middlewares are injected in a stack, and this stack apply middleware by middleware. So the stack calls this middleware and then process this changes, processes this function, and then call the last handler. And actually next means go to the next middleware in the stack. And basically the definition of middlewares in Grandjs is the same as exists in Express.js or any framework based on Node.js. However, Grandjs provides you and ship to you with extra functionalities for middlewares. Basically, Grandjs implements three types of middlewares. The first type of middleware is targeting, applying middleware on the whole application. And the second type of middleware is applying a middleware on a specific router. And we learned that the router is a group of routes that are grouped together. And actually the last type of middlewares in Grandjs is applying a middleware on a specific route inside a router. Let's take a look on this diagram. So we have here the application, and this application means all the application based on Grandjs that includes all routers and all things. And we have a middleware here, and also we have three routers here, and each router has its own routes. So for example, we have this router, and we can call this router as, for example, admin router, and what we can call this router as, for example, home router, and also this router can be named as user router. So we have three routers are defined here, and we have the application. So we can apply this middleware on the whole application. So this means that this middleware will be applied on all these routes that are defined in all these routers. So every router, when you hit its URL, this middleware will be executed. And also we can define this middleware for a specific router, which means all routes inside this router, this middleware will be applied on them. And also we can define this middleware inside a specific route inside a specific router. So in this case, this middleware will be applied when just you hit the URL of this route specially. Hopefully guys, the concept of middleware is getting to you, and thanks for watching this video. In the next video we'll take a look actually on implementing middlewares in Grandjs. So see you next.